being attached to the material modes of nature. Vyasanaya, for the conditioning in material existence. Jantuhu, of the living entity. Hemaya, for the ultimate welfare. Nairgunyam, being unaffected by the material modes of nature. Ataha, thus. Manaha, the mind. Chat becomes Jatha, as much as. Pradipaha, a lamp. Grita Bhattim, a wick within clarified butter. Asnan, burning. Sikhaha, the flame. Sadhumaha, with smoke. Bhajati, enjoys. E, certainly. Anyada, otherwise. Som, its own original. Padam, position. Tatha, so. Gunakarma anubadham, bound by the modes of nature. And the reaction of material activities. Priti, various engagement. Manaha, the mind. Shrayate, takes shelter of. Anyatra, otherwise. Tattvam, its original condition. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Shri Avachala Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. When the living entity's mind becomes absorbed in the sense gratification of the material world, it brings about his conditioned life and suffering within the material situation. However, when mind becomes unattached to the material enjoyment, it becomes the cause of liberation. When the flame in the lamps burns the wick improperly, the lamp is blackened. But when the lamp is filled with ghee and is burning properly, there is a bright illumination. Similarly, when the mind is absorbed in material sense gratification, it causes suffering. And when detached from material sense gratification, it brings about original brightness of Krishna consciousness. Please respond. When the living entity's mind becomes absorbed in the sense gratification of the material world, it brings about his conditioned life and suffering within the material situation. However, when the mind becomes unattached to material enjoyment, it becomes the cause of liberation. When the flame in the lamp burns the wick improperly, the lamp is blackened. But when the lamp is filled with ghee and is burning properly, there is bright illumination. Similarly, when the mind is absorbed in sense gratification, it causes suffering. And when detached from sense gratification, it brings about the original brightness of Krishna consciousness. Purport. It is therefore concluded that the mind is the cause of material existence and liberation also. Everyone is suffering in the material world because of the mind. It is therefore proper to train the mind or to clean the mind from the material attachment and engage it fully in the Lord's service. This is called spiritual engagement. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Mamcha Bhavicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate Sagunan Samatitaitan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature, thus comes to the level of Brahman. We should engage the mind fully in Krishna conscious activities. Then it will be the cause of our liberation, for our returning home back to Godhead. However, we keep the mind engaged in the material activities for sense gratification, it will cause continuous bondage and will make us remain in this material world in different bodies, suffering the consequence of our different actions. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Anjana Salakaya Chakkar Nimiletan Jena Tasmi Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Tapitam Jena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakana Sri Raghunatham Mitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Dev Sri Radha Krishna Pradan Sagana Litam Sri Vishakam Mitam Cha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषाभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो Vaishnavya namo nama. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Kunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you very much for Srimad Bhagavatam class. A very nice verse from Padma Purana. Tamadi Devam Karunanidhanam Tamalabannam Suyavataram. Suyavataram means sound incarnation. Apara Sansara Samudra Setu Bhaja Mai Bhagavatam Sarupam. Apara Sansara, we have seen many bridges over the ponds, over the rivers. But this Bhagavatam is a bridge over the ocean of birth and death. Therefore, it is very important to attend the Bhagavatam class. It is said that Sinmantam Sadhaya Nitam Grinanta Sachatitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavana Visate Hote. Sinmantam Sadhaya, if everybody, always we seriously hear this Srimad Bhagavatam and take this matter very seriously into the heart, then much time. Ati Dirghana means not so long, prolonged time. Very quickly, Lord will manifest in the heart. On these notes, we will start. We are discussing for a few days session about the mind, how the mind is so important. Told the mind, how mind is our friend, mind is our enemy. So, we have to mind our mind. We should not go behind our mind, but beyond our mind. So, how the mind works? See, there's a beautiful question asked by the Uddhava in this connections, that this mind itself is very inert. All these material body senses, they are not so much, they are inert, they are not active, they are dull matter. How it causes all the things? So he was very doubtful about these things. So he asked question. So we'll go to that one, then know that actually how the mind was, the mechanism. So here Uddhava is asking this question, my dear Lord, it is not possible for the material existence to be experience of either the soul who is the seer or of the body which is seen object. On the other hand, spirit soul is innately endowed with perfect knowledge. On the other hand, material body is not a conscious living entity. To whom then does this experience of material existence pertain? Everything that we are suffering, who is suffering? Soul is full of knowledge, the body is dull matter. Who is actually experiencing pain and pleasure? It's a very, very important question, very philosophically, very profound. So who is actually doing all the things? So he's continuing the question. The spirit soul is inexhaustible, transcendental, pure, self-luminous, and never covered by anything material. It is like a fire, but non-living material body is firewood, is dull, unaware. So in this world, who is that actually undergoes experience of material life? That's a very important question. One time Prabhu quoted this verses actually. So this is a very nice thing that we should know that who is actually undergoing everybody says that we are spirit soul is pure. Then who is actually suffering? Who is undergoing all the trial, tribulation and trouble? So Krishna has answered this one. Supreme Personality of Godhead says, as long as fully spirit soul remains attracted to the material body, senses and vital force, his material existence continue to flourish, although it is ultimately meaningless. So here continuing that actually living entity is transcendental to material existence, but because of his mentality, this mind, mentality of lording over the material nature, his material existential condition does not cease. Just as in a dream, he is affected by all sorts of disadvantages. So this is very important. Just like in a dream, who is acting in a dream? Supposing you are dreaming very nightmare, horrendous dream. Who is actually our mental condition? We are not suffering. In mental condition, I am thinking that, oh, the tiger is coming. Similarly, actually, how the soul, when soul, because of the mental condition, dreaming that, okay, this is I am lording, I am the master, I am the master, I am the master. You understand? It's a very technicality. Let me go to this verses, then come back here. See how our conditioning started. So here you can know that important. So here it is said that our conditioning started. The living entity by nature has minute independence to choose his own good and bad fortune. But when he forgets his supreme master, the personality of Godhead, he gives himself to the modes of material nature. As soon as we turn away from the Lord, Janascha Krishna, what is that? Vimukhasya daivat, adharmasilasya sudikhitasya. So as soon as we turn away from the Lord, we give ourselves to the modes of material nature. Yaha samahitam jivam. Atmanam trigunaatmakam. Being influenced by modes of material nature, he identifies himself with body. For the interest of the body, he becomes attached to various activities. Sometimes he is under the influence of mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness. The living entity does get different type of body under the modes of material nature. So we give up now. Now we have turned away. Then now in a false ego is acting. False ego means I am identifying with body. I am giving up to the material nature. When I am giving up to the material nature means modes of material nature means I am thinking that I am this body in false ego. I am the product of that. That is also stated in 175, Yaha Samahita Jiva. So here it is said that when you are giving up, you are turning away from the Lord, forget the Lord, then you come to the under the clause of under the jurisdiction of modes of material nature. At that time, due to this external energy, living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks that mental content, thinks himself as a material product, thus undergoes the reaction of material nature. So I have now given into the modes of material nature. Okay. So how the modes of material nature activate mind? These are very technical things. Here you can see here in Uddhava Gita it is stated, three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, influence the living entity, but not me, manifesting within his mind. See, the three modes of material nature is manifesting within the mind. I am thinking I am the master, I am the Lord, I wanted to control, I am the controller. So in this way manifested within the mind, and they induce the living entity to become attached to material body, other created object. In this way living entity is bound up. How you turn away from the Lord, you give up the material modes of nature, and modes of nature induce, which is manifesting in the mind, manifesting to become attached to the material body. In this way we are bound up and taking different bodies. Different bodies. So there is a last class he was quoting the 3:27-26 that mind is goodness and intelligent is passion. How the goodness become polluted, right? This answer is given in this verse. I think. See how the answer is given this verse. I think. I know. Material mind main is saved by the action. No. There's another verse is there. I forgot. So how the mode of passion, see mode of intelligent, due to the intelligent, it contaminated the mind. Because sometimes what happened when you are suffering, it is said that why the intelligent is overpowered by the mind. Although it is said that mind is not the controller. Intelligent direct the mind. Sometimes you are suffering from a disease which is very critical, chronical disease, and your medicine will not be, efficacy of medicine won't be solved, won't cure. Prabhupada has given that 634 purport, that how the intelligent is overpowered by the mind. Because we have to control the mind through intelligence. Because of strongness, stubbornness, the efficacy of this mind is so strong, so obstinate, so we will be taken over by the intelligence. So here it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, my dear Uddhava, a person bereft of intelligence fast falsely identify himself with the body and mind. And when such false knowledge arises within one consciousness, material passion, the cause of great suffering, prevent the mind, which is by nature is situated in goodness. See, last time 3:27-26 you quoted the verses that mind is in goodness, right? Intelligent in passion. But how the mind is contaminated? The answer is given here. that because of intelligence as false knowledge, due to false knowledge arises within the consciousness, material passion, the cause of great suffering, prevails the mind, which by nature is situated in goodness. Then the mind contaminated by the passion become absorbed in making and changing many plans for material advancement. Because mind, function of the mind is thinking, willing, desiring. It doesn't have discriminating power. Intelligence is higher because intelligence has a discriminating power, whether to do or not to do. But mind is so strong, sometimes it overpower the intelligence. Therefore, he says that 267 or something, even a sense, roaming sense, can bewilder the man of intelligence, can take away. We have seen so many examples of the great sage like Viswamitra, how he was so captivated, enamored, enchanted by Menaka, and also Saubhari Muni, how they are captivated. So mind is so strong, so obstinate. Therefore, Krishna says that the mind is our friend and mind is our, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that a man must elevate himself by own mind, not degrade himself. Mind is the friend of conditioned soul, his enemy as well. So mind is both the friend. When it is controlled, it is friend. It is not controlled, it is. Therefore, it is said that mind is a bad master, but a good servant. When you control, he is a servant, he is a good servant. But when you do not control, he is a bad master. Therefore, we should not give what is called control. We should not go, what is that called? In house and all, you give the authority, power of attorney to the mind. It will destroy. It will destroy, mind will destroy the things. It's so strong. It is stated this, there's a very nice purport here. For a man, mind is the cause of bondage. Mind is the cause of liberation. Mind absorbed in sense object is the cause of bondage. Mind detached from the sense object is the cause of liberation. Therefore, mind which is always engaged in Krishna consciousness, the cause of supreme liberation. Supreme liberation. So, therefore, you have to be very careful and watchful that how our mind is going. So, in this, so many verses, it is said that how this mind is so dangerous if you careless in controlling the mind. All the learned scholars have given their opinion. The mind is very nature restless, and one should not make friends with it. If you place full confidence in the mind, it may cheat us any moment. Even Lord Shiva became agitated upon seeing Mohini form of Lord Krishna. And Saubhari Muni also fell down from the mature stage of yogic perfection. See how mind, even the great personality, the towering personality like Lord Shiva, he also captivated. He wanted to see the Mohini Murti when Mohini Murti came. And he was, actually I remember one of the Acharya has given that Bhagavatam like Mohini Murti. He gives the nectar to those who are serious. So Bhagavatam can be realized who are very serious. Who are not serious, they will not get the Bhagavatam essence of Bhagavatam. So Mohini Murti is like, no, how Lord Shiva, he was so confident that no, Maya is under me, Durga Devi, I won't be captivated. So I want to see that form of Mohini Murti. So Lord manifested this Mohini Murti before him. And Lord Shiva could not, agitated upon seeing Mohini Murti. Even the Lord Shiva, who actually born the Kamadeva. Another name is like Lord Shiva, born the Kamadeva. That personality also agitated. Therefore, it is stated that it's a lesson that how we should not put faith on the mind. Even Saubhari Muni, who was meditating under tree, by seeing these fishes are populating, and he was agitated. Therefore, it is said that ideal mind is the devil's workshop. Ideal mind means is always attacked by Maya. So every time we should always engage the mind in some way. You can go to the next verses. It says that An unchaste woman is very easily carried away by paramours. It sometimes happens that her husband is violently killed by her paramours. If the yogi gives his mind a chance, does not restrain it, his mind will give facility to enemy like lust, anger, greed. They will doubtlessly kill the yogis. So uncontrolled mind means it has a natural mind, has a natural inclination, proclivity for all these sense objects. So as soon as you do not control the mind, just like a child, you do not control, it will do all mischievous. You have to control them. We do not control, mind will go to all these things, facility to enemy like lust, anger, greed. So this is also stated in that how mind has a natural proclivity for the sense of enjoyment. My dear son, the mind has a natural proclivity to enter into material sense object. Similarly, sense object enter into mind. Both material mind and sense object are merely designations that cover the spirit soul, who is part and parcel. So it's a natural proclivity. Therefore, you do not control it, automatically will go. Automatically. Google means you don't search Nandagram, you will search Instagram. You will not search Krishna book, Facebook. So automatically it will go. Some video, this, that, automatically it will go mind. If you do not control. Because mind has to work, function. You cannot stop the mind. We cannot stop our desire of thinking, willing, all the things. We have to do that. But it has to be purified. That is all the thing. It has to be engaged in Krishna service. Otherwise, it is a disastrous result. As a result, we will bound up by that. So therefore, it is stated that the next verses is very strongly warning that the mind is the root cause of lust, anger, pride, grief, lamentation, illusion, and fear. Combined, this constitute bondage to fruitive activities. What learned man would put faith in the mind? Therefore, they say that mind, monorathena, the mind should not be totally put on the faith, bring on confidence, because it will combined with things, it will bondage to fruitive activity. It will always desire for something, fruitive action, and create a reaction of this. So therefore, it is stated that one should control the mind. It's very irrepressible. You do not know imperceptibly. Also, Arjuna one asked that to control the mind, he told Chanchalahi Manaha Krishna, Pramatha Balabhad Didham. Chanchala, very, very restless. Pramatha, very strong. Balabhad, very strong. Pramatha means mad, obstinate. Dridham, determined, like no. It will go away. It will not, you cannot capture. If you see that how it is say that how mind is so strong, out of all the object, all the senses, mind is so strong. Out of all sense object, all the senses have been under control of mind since time immemorial, and mind himself never comes under the control of any other. It is so, out of all sense object, the mind is the most strongest. He is stronger than the strongest. His godlike power, fears them. Therefore, anyone who can bring the mind under control become the master of the senses. So unless we control the mind and senses, in 6th chapter it is said that Bhagavad Gita, you cannot be yogi. Whatever yogi, karma yogi, jnani yogi, first of all you control the mind and senses. That is the primary prerequisite. I think 6 or something, I forget, 6, 5, 6, something in 6th chapter only. 6, 10 and 12. First thing is the prerequisite is control the mind and senses. Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada says that entails that controlling of the mind and senses. That what we can do, we cannot do anything. There's a beautiful verse, I forget. If mind is not controlled, if you are in the forest, what is the use of that? And if your mind control, if you are in a house also, then it is useful. The verse is, I forget, somewhere 11 canto. It is say that. So therefore, the mind control is very, very important. How to control the mind, we will go the solution for this. Falling to conquer the irrepressible enemy, the mind, whose urges are intolerable, who torment the heart. Many people are completely bewildered, creates useless quarrel with others. Thus they conclude that other people are either friends or enemy party indifferent. This is all mental conception and perception that he is my enemy, he is my friend. Mentally I am thinking, actually nobody is friend. I am creating with the mental perception, conjecture that it is there, it is this. Then I am create quarrel, I am bound up by the reaction of the thing. Therefore, it is stated here that That soul's designation, the mind, is the cause of all tribulation in the material world. See, the soul is designated as the mind and body. Call of all tribulation in material world. As long as fact is unknown to conditioned living entity, he has to accept the miserable condition of the material body, wander within the universe and universe in different positions. Because the mind is affected by disease, lamentation, illusion, attachment, greed, enmity. It creates bondage, false sense of intimacy with material world. This is the very, very important verse. They say that how this mind is creating all the things and makes us wandering in different things. So much we attach to mind. Supposing Prabhupada say that I am a rich person, I am mentally possessing. Actually, I am not rich. I am mentally possessing, thinking that I have this condo, I have this car, I have this position, I have this. The mental position only. So this is very important. People do not know this, unaware of that how to control. The first and foremost thing is switch up, powerhouse switch on. If you do not powerhouse the switch on, all this light, even after you switch on, it will not work. If you do not control the mind, then all other things is useless. All our endeavor, all our chanting, this thing, that thing is has no meaning, So we have to be very careful. Therefore, it is stated here that one should, the solution has been given in Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavatam also. The solution is given here that it is the duty of every conditioned soul to engage the polluted consciousness which is now attached to material enjoyment in various, very serious devotional service with detachment. That mind consciousness will be under full control. How to control the mind? So this is a very important verses. How to control the mind? It is the duty of every conditioned soul to engage its polluted consciousness which is now attached to material enjoyment in very serious devotional service with detachment. Thus his mind and consciousness will be under full control. See? Therefore, devotional service is very, very important. Devotional service means, so Prabhupada made this program. Our program from morning 5 o'clock to night. Even Prabhupada say while sleeping also, you will be thinking, your impression will be there, you're dreaming of Krishna 24/7. So Prabhupada designed all the program from the morning to night, all Bhagavatam classes, Mangalarti to Bhagavatam classes, going to Sankirtan, somehow or other bring our mind. Jena tena prakarena manaha Krishna nivashyate. Somehow or other, Rupa Goswami says, somehow or other bring. So it is designed for that. How to control the mind by this practice. Therefore, rules and regulation is meant to control the mind. Is meant to control the mind. So this is the thing that this engage in devotional service of the Lord to control the mind. The devotional service is very important. Bhakti mai bhaktiri bhutanam amritayave kalpate. Beautiful verses, Bhagavatam. So, amritayave kalpate means you want to become immortality, you want to get out from this one. My bhaktir bhutanam, only rendering service to me, devotional service, you can get out from it. Amriteva kalpate. You become immortal. You can go back to God, spiritual world. There is no other process, only by bhakti. Bhakti labdha. What is that? Bhakti labdhavata. Bhakti labdhavata sadhu na anyad avishyasite. 11:26-30. The beautiful verses. Once we get that bhakti, there is nothing left. This is the highest point, pinnacle point, bhakti. Therefore, the service is given. Sometimes we are escaping from service. We do not know the service is the most greatest privilege for the conditioned soul to get out from this obnoxious, notorious, nefarious material existence. It's a privilege for us. Otherwise, there is no other way that you can enter. The other way also you cannot control the mind. There is no possibility of controlling the mind. So you can see this, these are beautiful verses in this regard. We say that the mind can be controlled when it is fixed on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Having achieved established having achieved a stable situation, the mind becomes free from polluted desire to execute material activity. Thus, as the mode of goodness increases the strength, one can completely give up mode of passion, ignorance. Gradually, one transcends even material mode of goodness. When the mind is freed from the fuel of modes of nature, the fire of material existence is extinguished. then one active transcendental platform, direct relationship with the object of his meditation, Supreme Lord. So whole idea that we are now infected. Nasta prayesu abhadresu. What is that nasta prayesu abhadra? What is that abhadra means? We are infected by what is abhadra? Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. These are called abhadra, inauspiciousness, contamination, infection. So we have to disinfect ourselves. How to disinfect it? By hearing this, engage in devotional service, starting with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Hearing is very, very potent, hearing and chanting. In this way, we will slowly come, gradually come to Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Naistiki means Nishta Bhakti, fixed up. Our now Bhakti is on-naistiki. It is not fixed up. Sometimes we are so elated, so much sincere, sometimes we are so much slackened. Our shallow, Bhakti is not so strong. So it is like Anartha Nirviti platform. Sometimes it is good, sometimes it is, it is not Nishta platform. So come to the Nishta platform means we have to transcend the Anartha Nirviti. How to transcend? Nasta prayasu avanityam bhagavata sevaya. Bhagavata, engage in the service of the Bhagavata devotees and also Bhagavata, hearing Bhagavata. So that at least 75% of all the things will go on. Then we will discern the passion, ignorance, come to the mode of goodness. Then we can transcend also. So this is the process of transcending the things. Therefore, it is stated here, Krishna say that beautiful verses in 11th canto. No, it's he stated that the mind of one meditating upon the object of sense gratification is certainly entangled in such object. But if one constantly remembers me, Krishna spoke to Uddhava. Bhagavad Gita Uddhava Gita, very elaborate, very comprehensive. Remembers me, then mind is absorbed in me. So whole idea to remember. Therefore, Krishna also Bhagavad Gita say what he said, Manmana Bhava Madhavakta. Satatam Kirtante Mam Jadantasya Diddhavata Namasantya Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Pasate. So Manmana Bhava, always think of me. The golden rule is that Satatam Smateva Vishnu. Always think of Krishna. Whole our Krishna consciousness process is to always absorb in Krishna. So therefore, so many various activities has been given to us so that somehow or another we bring the mind. Just like Mangala Arati, we are coming to temple, we are absorbed in so many, thinking of Krishna. Speaking means thinking of Krishna, hearing Krishna, thinking of Krishna, cooking for Krishna. All these activities are there to bring the mind focus on the meditating on the Krishna, remembering him. Jasya Sravana Matrena Murtu Sansara Vimuchyate. Simply by hearing, remembrance, mere remembrance also, destroy our material existence. That is the point. So the next verses also speaks about the solution. Therefore, one should reject all material process of elevation, which are like mental creation of dreams, and should completely absorb one mind in me. By constantly thinking of me, one becomes purified. So this is our Krishna consciousness is a purificatory process. Because we have turned away from the Lord, we are intoxicated in this material world. Intoxication means there are so many types of varieties of intoxication. Intoxicated with job, investment, our wife, children, everything is intoxicated. It's a rehabilitation center. The drug addict, and they go to rehabilitation center. This material world like this. Lord comes down to detoxicate us and bring us back to Godhead. How to that? The process is that no other process. Only process, the material process of elevation is not subscribed, endorsed by Supreme Lord. Lord is speaking to Uddhava, the solution actually. Only thing that you have to completely absorb in the mind, one's mind in me. By constantly thinking of me, one becomes purified. The thinking process, particularly in this age of Kali, can be properly done by vibrating Hare Krishna mantra. So chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is there introduced. Because mind is so strong, things we cannot concentrate. Therefore, chanting is like focusing. So chanting is given by so that we can bring the mind under control. The solution is given by Krishna. So in this way, we should we should, in this way, you should control the mind and focus on the Krishna consciousness, focus on the meditating on the Krishna. So this next verse also very nice given, I think. No, is a difference. And all these things can be done if you do one thing. What is that thing? This a very solution is given, that the uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of living entity. If one neglects or gives it a chance, it will grow more and more powerful, will become victorious. Although it is not factual, it is very strong. It covers the constitutional position of the soul. O king, please try to conquer the mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of spiritual master and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do with great care. So when you render service to the supreme spiritual master and Supreme Lord, automatically mind will be controlled. That is the easiest formula has been given to control the mind. Just follow the instruction of the spiritual master, engaging in the service either Bapu or Bani, and engage in the service of the Supreme Lord. In this way, we can bring the control, bring the mind under our control. Although this mind is so stubborn, so uncontrollable, but we can control. Therefore, we have to mind our mind, not to make it loose. So, therefore, devotional service has been prescribed for us. Somehow or other we engage. Otherwise, mind always go. Particularly when you are tested not when you are in temple, when you are not in the temple, when you are at home, your job, occupational place. That is your test. How much you are remembering Krishna. Krishna demands manmana bhav. Krishna demands, although you engage in occupational devotee, mayarpita manobuddhi, you should engage your mind and intelligence on me. Krishna never say that, oh, you are working, never mind, give a lame excuses, or you are given concession not to think of me. No, Krishna said, no, you have to think. Arjuna, you have to think. Although Arjuna is, is engaged in more serious, very pressing situation, crammed with much more responsible situation than we. What we have problem? At most we will lose the job, but he will lose the life, a little inattentive. But Krishna never compromised. He said, no, you should remember me. At the same time, Shiv Juddhacha, chapter 8-7 Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that sarveshu kal tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmana juddhacha mayarpita manobuddhi mam ivashyasi asamsaya. So Krishna says that, therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna. At the same time, carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activity dedicated to me, your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without a doubt. See, there is a Prabhupada written, the instruction of Arjuna is very important for all men engaged in material activity. So very important, because you cannot take it for granted. Oh, because I'm working, so I've got a concession. I should not. No, at the work also. So this is the technique. You have to develop that love for the God. Even after you are in workplace, you can think of Krishna. That's the technique. So therefore, Krishna says that in the previous two verses, Krishna says that very important that you say the time of death, it is tested that how much you do all the things. I mean, how much bhajan karo, what is it called? Bhajan karo, bhajan ye karo, murtu hoile janime. Whatever you do, your execute devotional service, it will be tested at the time of death. At the time of death, if you really seriously you have done it, then you will remember Krishna. Just like a parrot, like if you do like a official formality, let me come once in a weekend, once in Sunday devotees. Sunday that to evening. Once in a devotee, I will make a presence. President used to say, zoom in, zoom out. So just zoom in and zoom out just Sunday. That is my Sunday. That's finished. My quota is finished. At the time of death, just like a parrot chanting Hare Krishna, at the time of death, he will not chant. He cannot chant. So time of death is very important. Antakale cha mameva smarana mukta kalablam ye prati madabhavam. Yati nasti atra sanchaya. So at the time of death, our psychological condition determines our next body. Our psychological condition. And that psychological condition influenced by the all our practices throughout our life. Just like a student, how he come out successful flying color in the examination determines his vigorous preparation throughout the entire calendar year. Similarly, the practice depends on psychological. We should not be very superficial in spiritual life. You have to be very seriously decide duty. No, my goal, I have aspiration must be there. At least I am not on that level, but I should have some aspiration. No, I have to go back to Godhead. Krishna, these things are given in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, that this is the process. I should have some aspiration. Without aspiration, no, I think this life I cannot go back. This life, you think that millions life also we cannot go back. That aspiration has to be there. That will trigger us, because everything first starts with the thought process and express in the word and action, put into action. Everything starts with the thought process. I'm thinking something, willing something. That aspiration has to be there. Simply no aspiration, I'm thinking I'm good, I'm putting tilak, I'm coming. No, I should be serious. Let me go back, because anytime death will come. Anytime it will, it's a camp life. Anytime my material existence will be disrupted. So why not try? Why not be serious? Let me try at least. No aspiration means it's just like a stagnated our devotional service, stigmatized, sometimes jeopardize our devotional service. And the same process will gravitate you. Maya has a gravitational forces. It gravitate you more and more into different modes. We are in a mode of goodness, it gravitate you to passion and ignorance. But on the other end, you are serious, it will like escape velocity. The science, the aeroplane, or the not aeroplane also, there is a rocket and all, propeller, they go to up, they have to have a velocity that is more than the gravitational force energy velocity. So that has to be more. Therefore, our seriousness of Krishna consciousness should be more, so that Maya will be, or our mind will be overpowered. We can control the mind. Therefore, degree of our devotional service, degree of our controlling of mind is inversely proportional to degree of our captivated by Maya. If 90% I am Krishna consciousness, 10% I am. If 10% I am Krishna consciousness, means 90% I am now in the Maya. So there is no in between, no I am this, I am that, no. Therefore it is stated in detachment, with detachment. Devotional service with devotional service, the taste of devotional service also there. Bhakti paresanubhava virakti. We have no material detachment, no knowledge, then there is no bhakti. Prabhupada says that no taste, first of all taste it, whether you have bhakti or not. You have the knowledge, you have detachment. Without that, there is no question of bhakti. We have not got the sprout of the bhakti. So this detachment should come by engaging in the service, hearing, chanting, all other services, so that mind will be always controlled. Otherwise, mind will drag. Howsoever strong you are, smart you are, it will be dragged. So this is the things. And next verses also say that at the time of death, your psychological condition also determines. So your psychological condition at the time of death determines your next body. If you are thinking of hog, you will be hog. Thinking of dog, you will be dog. So this is the thing. So your psychological condition is very, very important at the time of death. It will determine your next body. You should try to understand. And that determines your destiny actually. Your fortune actually. Supposing you get a snake body, that means your condition, miserable condition is already started from the birth. So you already placed into a body. According to body, already misery is started. I am a hog body, dog body. Sometimes they say that I don't care which body you take. Just like Indra is speaking, I don't care, I don't want to go back to heavenly planet. I am very happy. Every species of life, everybody thinking I am happy. You ask a patient also in the hospital, how are you? He will say, I am cool. He will never say that I am no work. So every species of life, they think that this is a 335 verses is there. Therefore, Indra also thinking I am how. So every species of life I am thinking very, this is called complacency. The devotee also every state they should not think that, oh, I am okay, I am doing very nice now. Every time everything Prabhupada says that we should always thinking of lacking. Oh, I am not doing, because Lord is unlimited and we cannot execute devotional service so perfectly to the Lord. Always we are thinking that there is a lack. That means there is a room for our improvement. You think that, oh, I have done the perfect 100% active Krishna consciousness, I am doing best. No, that means your devotional service now plunging now in the what you call nose diving. Aeroplane when nose diving, there is nose diving. So you should not think, Prabhupada said that I am perfected in Krishna consciousness. Always we think imperfect, so that there is always room for our improvement. As soon as we are thinking, I am doing very good, Prabhu, why? No, always think, oh, so many things, so many shastra I have not read, so many scriptures, even I don't read the basic. Prabhupada says that CC, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, NOI, NOD, ISO. These 5 books I have not read. I have not chanted properly, no serious no chanting. I have not done all these services. So this we should always imperfect, then always trying to have aspiration to improve. Then we can control. Now if you think you lose your things, complacency comes, failure. You lose your things, lose your mind, lose your let, okay, chalta hai. No, take it easy. Therefore you should not take it. It is say that utistata jagrata प्राप्य वरान निबोधत खुरस्य धारस निशिता खुरस्य धारस निशिता कव्य बदंती दुर्गम पथा. Khurasya dhara means spiritual life is like a, we are doing saving. A little bit of inattentive, what will happen? Blood. Attentive means nicely saving. Sharp, nishita means sharp. So it's very sharp. Little bit of inattentive will cause. Durgama patha is very, very difficult. It's not easy path. So we have to be very, very cautious, very serious about this one. Yes. So on these notes, I'll stop here. If any question, any doubt, any comment, any feedback, anything to add, subtract. Nothing is actually Jiva Goswami is writing Sandarbha. He's telling actually belongs to me. If anything nice belongs to my spiritual master. Anything wrong, this is my incapacity to present the things as it is. So this is incapacity to subtract that incapacity. Somewhere we do not understand, because ingredient is same. See, everybody gets just like a cook. Everybody cooking now today also catering is there. Ingredient is same, but not that every cook will bring out the curry very delicious, very palatable. Similarly, Bhagavatam Shastra ingredient is same, but everybody according to realization one has to speak. One cannot go beyond that. So according to the same ingredient is same thing, same subject matter, same thing. According to realization, according to our whatever we have received from the spiritual master, how much we can able to receive and realize, that only we can present. Otherwise, ingredient is same. Sukadev Goswami is this one. Therefore, when they are starting this Bhagavatam, is telling that you are able to speak, and we are not tired of hearing. Now we are tired of hearing. They are not tired of hearing. First canto. That is Bhagavatam. Rasamalayam is inviting even liberated souls also, liberated soul also, they are attracted. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.